For over 10,000 years, the Zarkon Empire had ruled the galaxy with an iron grip. They were an ancient and brutal civilization, their conquests spanning thousands of star systems. Their empire was built on the bones of lesser species, each one either crushed into submission or assimilated into their war machine. The Zarkons had perfected the art of conquest. Their fleet was unmatched, their technology generations ahead of any known race. They had mind control devices, planetary siege weapons, and warriors genetically bred for battle. No species had ever resisted them for long. Earth, the next target. When a Zarkon scout fleet discovered Earth, it was almost laughable. The humans were a pre-warp species, still confined to their home system. Their military forces were primitive, ballistic weapons instead of plasma rifles, airplanes instead of interstellar warships. Supreme Commander Xylox, leader of the 14th Conquest Fleet, looked over the intelligence reports and smirked. Primitive, unorganized, naive, this will be effortless. His subordinates nodded in agreement. Conquering Earth would be just another routine mission. The invasion plan was simple. Shut down Earth's communication networks with advanced electronic warfare. Send an ultimatum. Surrender and become part of the Zarkon Empire, or be destroyed. Deploy overwhelming military force if humans resisted. It had worked 1,000 times before. What could go wrong? The Zarkon fleet arrived in high orbit, their ships blotting out the sky over major cities. Massive war cruisers, each the size of a small moon, hovered ominously over Earth. Within minutes, they began their attack. Step 1. Communication blackout. They unleashed their planetary jamming technology, designed to disable all electronic communication on Earth. It had worked flawlessly on countless other worlds. But then, something strange happened. The human systems didn't go down. Instead, they adapted. The jamming had some effect, but instead of complete silence, the humans quickly switched to alternative frequencies, encrypted signals, and old analog communication methods. The resistance was immediate. Step 2. The ultimatum. The Zarkons broadcasted their standard surrender message to Earth's leaders. This is the Zarkon Empire. Your world is now under our control. Surrender immediately or face total destruction. A response came within seconds. We do not negotiate with tyrants. If you want war, you'll get one. Supreme Commander Xylox laughed. They truly believe they have a chance? Very well. Begin the ground assault. But he had no idea what was waiting for them below. The Zarkon dropships roared through Earth's atmosphere, carrying tens of thousands of elite shock troops. Their mission was clear: seize key cities, disable military forces, and capture world leaders. But from the moment they landed, something was wrong. 1. Stealth attacks. Instead of panicked civilians, they were met with silence. No screaming crowds, no obvious resistance. Then the first wave of Zarkon troops started disappearing, picked off by unseen snipers. 2. Unpredictable warfare. The Zarkons were used to species fighting with traditional battle formations, but humans fought dirty. Booby traps in every street and alley, civilians using homemade explosives, hit-and-run attacks from rooftops, tunnels, and sewers. The Zarkons quickly realized that the humans weren't playing by the rules. 3. Cyber warfare. As the battle raged on, Zarkon commanders started noticing strange malfunctions in their equipment. Their targeting systems glitched. Drones started going haywire. Their AI-assisted strategies were being countered before they could execute them. Humans had hacked into their systems. Commander Xylox slammed his fist into the control panel. What in the name of the void is happening? How are these primitives outmaneuvering us? But things were only going to get worse. The Zarkon High Command was struggling to make sense of the chaos. They had assumed humans were weak. Instead, they were proving to be the most cunning adversaries the Empire had ever faced. The final blow came when human hackers launched their deadliest counterattack yet. Zarkon AI-controlled weapons stopped working. Their warships began turning on each other. Entire fleets lost control and drifted helplessly in space. It was a trap all along. Humans had allowed the Zarkons to hack into their networks. But instead of gaining control, the Zarkons had walked straight into a virus-laden nightmare. a digital minefield designed to collapse their entire fleet from the inside. The Zarkon flagship, the Dominator, was suddenly hijacked. The entire Zarkon fleet received a new message, but this time from a human hacker. "Nice try. Now it's our turn." Seconds later, Earth's hidden orbital defense systems came online. Zarkon ships were obliterated in seconds. Supreme Commander Xylox could only watch in horror as his unstoppable fleet was reduced to burning wreckage. The once mighty Zarkon fleet had been crippled. Their forces on the ground were decimated. Their leaders were panicked. The Zarkons had spent millennia perfecting conquest, but they had never faced a species like humans. In desperation, Supreme Commander Xylox sent a final message to the Zarkon Emperor. We have lost Earth. The humans are unlike anything we've faced. They are unpredictable, adaptive, and terrifying." Moments later, a human response echoed across the Empire. "Your reign ends here. Surrender or watch your empire burn." The Zarkon Empire had come to enslave humanity. Instead, they had awakened their deadliest enemy. Earth is not just another planet, it's the beginning of a revolution. Never underestimate a human. When you think you've won, that's when you've already lost.